Chris here at the Handle It Warehouse. You just received your Model 1100 stretch wrapper. I know you're excited to start using it, but there's a few things we need to take care of before that happens. So when we ship these, we sometimes do ship them on a dedicated 10 feet of trailer space so that it arrives fully assembled. But usually what we do is we ship it knocked down in this massive box on this large pallet. So when it arrives, if you see it on the pallet and there's no box, or you look around the box here and there's huge dents or it just looks mangled, that's a good indicator that something may have happened in transit. So you definitely want to look it over before you sign any freight paperwork at that point. But as you can see here, everything looks great. So I would say it's safe to sign the freight paperwork and let the driver go. Let's open it up and see what we have inside. With this unit, there really aren't any exposed limit switches, and also the carriage is detached. So there's really not anything like that to be checking at this point. Really, you just want to take a quick overview and make sure there's not any huge gashes or dents. If there's any light cosmetic damage, just give us a call. We have touch-up paint for that. We can take care of you. So we took the carriage off of the pallet. We want to put it to the side so we can take the machine off of the pallet and then tip the tower up, which we'll get to in a minute. But I just want to let you know, when you grab this, do not pull it by the rollers to lift it. It is really heavy, so you might want to have two people grab it. You could either grab it underneath like this, or you could lay it down and each person could take a side. The next thing we're going to want to do is tip the mast up. The hardware for the mast and the carriage is going to be with the manual. So you got two bags here. So you're going to get this out of the way, pull this cord, make sure that's not there. And then as Amir pulls this up, I want to make sure this gets feeded through because you don't want to pinch these wires at all. All right. Now we're lined up here. Get the correct sizes. Next thing we want to do is start installing the carriage. The first step for that is going to that hardware kit I discussed earlier, grabbing two of these bolts. And you want to thread them in on these top holes. And what we want to do is go about halfway in, because we're going to use these to hang on the bracket that's on the tower. So like so. So what we're going to do now is we're going to lift this carriage up and we're going to put it on the bracket that's on the tower. And one thing to note, that's an offset bracket. And we set it there like so. And the next thing we're going to do is put the bolts in and secure it tight. The next thing we want to do in order to secure the carriage is we want to tilt it forward and put the bolts in like this. And then on the back side, you put the nut in there and then you can screw them in. The next thing we want to do is connect the power to the carriage. So we want to connect this inside of here. So in order to do that, we're gonna have to take off this top. So I'm gonna unscrew this here, and on the back side, there's another one as well. So I already took that off. So once I get this out, I can lift this up and pull it off. Now that the top is off, we can connect the power. So just pull this out here, and then you can see it lines up. It's color coded, very easy, like this, and just snap it all the way in and make sure it's all the way in as a secure connection. Then we can take the top and put it back on. Notice this hole right here, that's so that this can go through. So as we put it on, we are doing this. Now we can tighten it up. Now that we have the unit in place, we want to connect some power to it. The good news is that it's just a 110 plug-in, so no electrician needed. Couple recommendations. You don't want to use extension cords. You want to have a dedicated circuit, and you do not want to use a GFI outlet. All right, let's go plug it in. Now that we have the unit plugged in, we can power it up. It's as simple as just hitting the on switch, give it a second to boot up, and when it does that, it's going to ask for a reset request. You just hit reset, give it a second, it'll beep it when it's done. Now it's reset. Now that you've received your unit, installed it, and powered it up, we have plenty more videos to show you and how to use all the functionality of your Handle It Model 1100.